Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a program gets a big grant to help fight drug addiction here in the Commonwealth. And some teens here in our region learn how to be leaders if a disaster ever strikes their community.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, 6 o'clock here on this Friday. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. Brandon, did we work last Friday? Were we here last Friday? Yeah, no, we were not. We were at the Big Sandy Senior Games.
No, I literally was trying to think. I was like, I don't think we did.
Because somebody mentioned it to me yesterday. They were like, so are you working this Friday? I was like, yeah. They were like, oh, you weren't on last Friday. I said, yeah, Brandon and I, we had something to do. So I even had to think yesterday.
I was there and I couldn't even think. I was like, what
I had to think yesterday. I was like, am I working tomorrow? Yeah, here we are. So.
Here we are. Had to make me think about that one for a second. Making me work on a Friday morning.
Oh,
come on,
man, how dare I?
I know, right? Anyway, the forecast this morning, we are still in an alert day coverage, but it is winding down. So we're just kind of being safe, being cautious, making sure everything's going to go according to plan. We'll probably end it at 7 o'clock this morning, but we take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar right now. Still some heavy rain pushing through parts of the area. No severe weather. This is for rain. We kept it through the morning news because of rain at this point, maybe a couple of gusts of wind. But again, all that's starting to wind down, and we're going to see these continued bands of rain off and on throughout the day. Whitesburg Mountain, Pine Mountain there, top of the mountain there at US 119. Looking a little bit wet over there this morning. They've had some rain move through there pretty recently. Temperatures 54 Clintwood to 63 in Jacksboro. It shifted there just a little bit this morning, but a lot of mid to upper 50s and low 60s out there. 72 is our forecast high. We may not make it depending on how much sunshine we get today. Of course, those rain chances are going to be around 78 is the average high. 90, the record set back on this day in 2012. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, former UK basketball player Reggie Werford has died after a lengthy battle with a neuromuscular disease. Well, Werford was the first black basketball player to attend the University of Kentucky for all 4 years and graduate. While at UK, he scored 206 points, but it was what he did for others, which cannot be understated. He was called a hero, a mentor, and a big brother, a trailblazer, and a self-proclaimed patriarch for the black players who came after him at UK. He was a hero for also saving 2 elderly people from a house fire on Maxwell Street in 1983. For that, then Governor John Y. Brown Jr. presented Werford with the Kentucky Medal of Valor. The Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial is growing. Yesterday, 7 officers who died in the line of duty last year were added to the memorial. 5 historic honorees were also recognized. Governor Andy Beshear was a keynote speaker at the memorial. When they started it 22 years ago, there were just under 300 names. Now there's about double that.
Will always be remembered for the selfless way he saved lives in a deadly tornado event, the worst that we have ever seen. He ushered other people to safety in a situation that ultimately took his life.
Also recognized yesterday was Floyd County Deputy Sheriff Oliver Little, who died of COVID-19. Governor Andy Beshear has ordered flags to be lowered to half staff today. Flags at all state buildings will lower to half staff in honor of Jessamine County Sheriff Kevin Corman, who died on Sunday. Services for the sheriff will be held at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the R.J. Corman Railroad Group, Hangar 2. The burial will follow at his family farm off Portown Road. Leading into Memorial Day weekend, a local group called 606 Vets are paying tribute to an Eastern Kentucky man who gave his life in service of his country. Friends and family gathered at Boyd County High School last evening honoring Corporal Jacob Moore, one of 4 Marines killed in the line of duty in a NATO training exercise in Norway back in March. Now a permanent display will be posted at the high school he attended as they raised a hometown hero banner in his honor, remembering the sacrifice he made for the community and his country.
We started this organization to make sure our veterans are remembered in the community, and that's especially what we're here to do today for Jacob. After we talked to his family, there's no better place we think than to hang it right here, because community members are going to be in and out all the time to see his banner hanging here, and that'll be an especially good way to remember him, and then also inspire future generations to continue to remember him and honor him and everything that he's done, not only for this community, but for our country.
The Wortland Middle School shop class also helped to build 2 benches equipped with planters filled with flowers to be placed on the sides of the school entrance, permanently etched with Jacob's honors. One Pike County family is celebrating their community after cancer, kidney failure, and unexpected circumstances brought them a new understanding of love. Our Buddy Forbes has more about a school that was crucial in the family's second chance.
Jonathan Oney's journey has come with a lot of stops.
I couldn't drive. I couldn't hold my children and play with my children. I couldn't go on vacation. I couldn't take a shower. Things that people take for granted every day.
And one of those stops is the school where his wife Jessica has worked for more than a decade.
It's difficult coming in every day and then knowing, Jonathan was suffering at home, and so they got to really know me on that personal level.
A school full of students who wanted to step in.
But we did not expect this type of love.
When kidney cancer made him step back.
They're different kids.
So the students raised money for the family who has helped raise them.
Everyone feels like this is the least we could do for Miss Oney and Jonathan.
Before honoring them by making their class colors green and white for organ donation.
I just know they have changed our lives and our outlook on a lot of things.
They just really care, and they always show their support, so we just really need to step up and show support for them.
As the Oneys moved into a new chapter last November,
he's a part of the classroom, and Miss Oney, I look at Miss Oney as like my school mom or whatever.
With Jonathan getting a new kidney.
So when I got worse, that's exactly when I got the good news.
I was basically a perfect match.
And a second chance at life.
I think some of us cried that day because we were so excited that, this family that deserves all the good things are getting all the good things.
And then it just felt like a whirlwind after that. Everything happened so quick, and before I knew it, we were at UK and they were both in surgery.
The donation from the mother of another one of Jessica's students.
God blessed me with 2 working kidneys. And if I have the capability of allowing somebody to basically live and gain life back and be a father and be a husband and a productive community member, if I had that power, why not?
Giving a piece of herself.
One act of love. She gave me so much back. It's life. It was my life.
To those she says have given so much to the students.
To know that there are people out there who actually truly do care and are doing God's work and want to actually help people, that gives me hope in humanity.
In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, he says he is doing well and the kidney has been a perfect match since the surgery, and yesterday he was able to watch his daughter graduate from kindergarten. Well, high school seniors in Kentucky can now retake the ACT for free. Governor Andy Beshear announced yesterday that any student wishing to retake the ACT can do it in the fall for free. Well, the governor says this goes along with his administration's mission to giving students the best chance to succeed.
For so many Kentucky students, that cost is significant to parents and to families, and now everybody is going to have the opportunity to take this thing at least twice to do their very best to set themselves up for the best future.
Any graduating senior will also have the opportunity to retake the ACT this coming fall. The Kentucky Opioid Response Program is receiving a big grant. The governor announced the state is receiving more than $35 million from a federal grant to fight addiction. Well, the governor says this could help speed up the recovery process and decrease overdoses.
Our job is to provide help, to provide hope, and to provide a helping hand to those struggling with something as difficult as addiction.
Well, if you are struggling with addiction, you can call the Kentucky Recovery Center at 877-321-2710. We also have that number on our website at WYMT.com. A multi-week course to improve emergency response, the Harlan County Youth Preparedness Program educates teenagers in to be leaders during a disaster in their community. When a disaster strikes, a quick, orderly response can save lives. On Thursday, a group of 15 students graduated from a disaster preparedness training program. They will be prepared to help professional emergency personnel during fires, tornadoes, and floods.
.09 on this Friday morning. We are tracking a little bit of rain across parts of the area, but a lot of it is moving out for now. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar. The heaviest bands are moving into West Virginia and Virginia, but we have some more out toward I-75 and Lake Cumberland. But right now, most of us on the drier side. So we'll keep an eye out for that, keep you posted. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s and low 60s across the region, so a little cooler than they were this time yesterday. We're forecasting 72. Some of us may not make it. It all depends on how much sunshine we see, but I think we'll get pretty close in most areas. Scattered chances for showers and storms around today. Headlines as we head toward Memorial Day weekend. We're going to dry out quickly, and we're going to heat back up for the unofficial start to summertime next week. Dakota?
All right, B-Rob, thank you. Coming up, the Big Apple holds a special celebration to honor our service members for the first time since the pandemic began. That's on the way.